I think that I have a lot to bring and offer to the North Hills School District. It's a district I'm very interested in working. I've heard a lot of really great things. But to begin, I feel that as a teacher, I am very much a team player and I love working with others, especially, my team members in my grade level or department, however that may fall. But I really do love collaborating with others, bouncing ideas off of people. An example of this, and also ties into leadership as well, which I think is a quality that I do possess, and I really want to continue to grow in my leadership. But to my example, when I was in my second student teaching placement, it was the beginning of November, and I wanted to do some type of Thanksgiving hallway display. So I came up with this idea to do a thankful turkey home to school display. So each child got a big, huge turkey feather, and this turkey was from the floor to the ceiling. And they took the feather home and they decorated it with their families with things that they were thankful for. So they put on pictures from magazines, pictures of their family. Some even glued on some toys, just different things like that. But instead of just doing it for my classroom, I wanted all of the fourth grade classrooms to be involved. So I went and I talked to these other teachers. I made sure that they had the supplies. I shared my letter that I had sent home with the students with them, and they were able to send those materials home with their students as well. So then, when all the kids brought them back, I put everything up on the wall and put our display together. And it really was just a conversation piece for all of fourth grade, which I really loved. And it was so fun to see students waiting in the hall, but then looking at the other classes, things that they were thankful for. And it really was something that brought our grade level together, not just the teachers, but the students as well. So I really do love collaboration, and I think that is a strong quality that I have that I would be able to bring to your district. In addition to that, I have a really, really strong work ethic. I love working hard and I love learning and growing more, and I never want to be complacent. I want to always, be doing better and be working to do better. So, for example, when I was doing my student teaching, I would get there super early, and I would leave super late. And not just that I was putting in, all these hours, but I really wanted to make sure that my lessons were just right for my students, and my students were really getting what they needed. And with that came a lot of reflection. And after each lesson, I would reflect, and okay, what do I need to adjust for the next day or change? And sometimes it was changing my lesson for the next day entirely. But that was okay because that's exactly, what my students needed. And that's the whole point of being a teacher. So I think those are also qualities that I can bring to the North Hills School District to be an asset there and to really help the students there. And lastly, I think something else I can bring to the school is just how much I love community and being a community member. And I think there's so much more to being a teacher than just showing up Monday through Friday from 7 to 3 o'clock. I loved going to my students' soccer games. I went in one Saturday and watched all of them play, and I got to meet their families and their friends. And it was just a really cool experience to get to know my students on a whole other level. I also love volunteering places, and at my church, for example, just getting to see my students outside of school. I think that strengthens the overall community, but especially the school community. And I think school community and building each other up is such an important thing. I really love school spirit and just trying to inspire others and getting them to support one another as well. In the fall, I participated in a Red Ribbon Week that the school I was student teaching at held. And each day had a different theme, and we would dress up and kind of go crazy. And the more that I dressed up and the more effort I put into it, the more effort the students did as well. And our classroom was one of the brightest and the loudest for each of the themes. And that was just a really fun and cool experience to see the kids and how they really took hold of that and took ownership of their school and their school pride. Um, so those are just a couple of things that I really think I could bring to the North Hills School District.